A debate that has long divided not only basketball fans but former and current stars of the game is who's the greatest NBA player of all time, the GOAT Michael Jordan or the King LeBron James. While opinions about the superstars, athletes can shift because Jordan hasn't played in years and James is still in the league, it's always fun to visit this topic and compare their amazing accomplishments on the court. Every generation has that special player who can be considered great. Jordan was that for his generation, and James is that today. So who would take on your team and rely on to perform better under pressure? Here's a look at their impressive numbers side by side and what other NBA stars have to say about the great debate. Some people will try to make the argument and say that neither of these two guys are the best to ever play the game. Instead, they'll choose Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, or Magic Johnson. While some of their cases may be strong, the majority of people believe it only comes down to Jordan or James and no one else. James's former teammate, Dwayne Wade of the Miami Heat, has admitted that he still would take Jordan over James, but recognizes that James has moved into the same category as the Hall of Famer. James is one of the game's greatest players, arguably the greatest. Wade said, "I favor Michael Jordan, so it's one of the two of the greatest players of all time, and I get an opportunity to play against one of them." Now, if you ask James's former Cavaliers teammate, J.R. Smith, the same question about who is better, you'll get a totally different response because Smith believes that the King has already surpassed Jordan. Smith's response came after another former star, Ray Allen, opined that Jordan was by far the best. Some of Jordan's old teammates, for example, have also weighed in on this debate as well, including Scottie Pippen, who has no time for anyone who chooses James over Jordan. Michael Jordan was the greatest to ever put on shoes and play our game. No doubt about it, Pippen said, and for anyone still doubting that, he took his case further and said the two should not even be compared anytime. Of course, in order to have a proper debate, we need to look at records, rings, and overall achievements. Jordan was the league MVP 5 times. James had received the honor 4 times so far. They each have been named All-Stars 14 times, and James will likely be named several more times. They also both have 2 Olympic gold medals, and when it comes to the ultimate pressure of the NBA Finals, Jordan went to 6 and won all 6. Meanwhile, LeBron James has been to 9 and won 4 so far. So who's better? Jordan because he's won more championships, or James because he's not done adding to his number yet? When considering who you want on your team, who's better under pressure, and just all around who's the greatest, it may come down to something as simple as age. A good portion of millennials choose James because they were too young to remember Jordan's greatness, or in some cases weren't even born when he played. Therefore, what they are witnessing today from the NBA star seems like something that has never been done before. However, for those who remember Jordan's career, they've seen this show before when he dominated the sport and won't waver on their decision that he is the best to ever play the game.